I think I'm over dating for love. I've dated for love all my life, and I'm ready for somebody that's stable. I'm no longer in the process of trying to build from the ground up. I'm building myself from the ground up.
That's fire.
You come built
That's
ground
fire.
up on your own, and then we can merge together. But
That's fire.
long gone for me are the days of dating a nigga's potential, dating a nigga because I love him, dating a nigga because my son needs a father.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I realized, God damn it, I'm the nigga. Like I'm it. You
Yeah.
know, so what I need now is stability. I want somebody to match my six figures.
Yeah,
And then we
yeah.
could have double that. I want somebody to help me grow. You know, All About Love by Bell Hooks. The definition that they gave in that book was love meaning the willingness to nurture another's own growth.
Ooh.
I'm tired of nurturing niggas' growth.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be nurtured. So yes, stability to me is more important than love. We can grow into love. I can meet you today because that whole love at first sight shit is not true either. So I can meet you today and we get to know each other. I know that you're stable, you know that I'm stable. We're both building, and then we fall in love. But just thinking that me and you are gonna, oh, we in love, and
Yeah.
I met you, and love is gonna conquer all that shit is not true.
Yeah, yeah.
I talked about this on the podcast, and hopefully today, if I get it together, I'm gonna have snippets for it on my other channel. But here, I wanted to talk about this here because um, because the podcast it got to a lot of people had their opinions, so I was able to share my opinions, but I don't think I got it out grasping fully or the way I wanted to, which is why I have it here. First things first, I think it's because the woman she look older. She look like she's in her 30s, and I think you look for different things in your 30s than you do in your 20s. If you really ask me, the purest form, I think when people really, really, really fuck with each other, or the purest form of love when it comes to relationships, I think it's in high school, like that young puppy love. And the reason why I say it is because you don't like him for his ass. Y'all don't like each other for his assets. Y'all like him because you think this person is cool or not, or if the person has a great personality. I think that's when you learn something because y'all don't have to worry about responsibilities and um, finances and bills and all that other stuff. It's just like, is this person cool enough that I can be around? As most of the times, yes, that's what the relationship is based on. That's why a lot of high school sweethearts stay with each other because you know if because they're just around each other and they just know each other like the back of their hand. Now with the now in your 20s, that's when you're starting your life. So because a lot of women say I don't want to date a man off of potential, and then but I've heard Anton Daniels say this, and I agree with him when he say this. I said when you're in your 20s, you have nothing but potential because you hasn't hurt nothing yet. Um, you got to at least build. That's when you're building. For most people, that's when they're building. So if you're in your 20s, you're dating off of nothing but potential. But that also includes women because yes, your value is really high, but at the same time, it's just like you haven't accomplished nothing either. And I know a lot of women felt like that. It's just like, why would he want me? I ain't got nothing. But it's just like I like you because you're cool. I think you're pure. I think you're pretty. I think you're hot. I think you're smart. I think you're intelligent. Things like that. It's still based off of that. Now in your 30s, you really stop thinking. You really start dating for personality, but and it's mostly more likely you're dating for. I don't want to say assets, but you gotta have something around this time. You gotta have something at least. So asking when somebody in your 30s and you're dating is like, what do you have or what do you got? And it's just like, or where do you live at? It's like that's important because it's just like, what have you been doing with your life? Now, a lot of men, I've noticed this, a lot of men don't really grasp that because they feel like a lot of women are asking for gold diggers. And depending on how word it, it could sound gold diggery, but at the same time, I do understand what women are talking about. It's like, do you have nothing for yourself that you could claim as your own? And you know, yeah, And like it does, and for men, I tell you something. Like if you're dating in your 30s, even just including me, you gotta have at least something. It's like because a lot of women's gonna look at you funny, and then yes, a lot of these women they have kids. A lot of these women have maybe one or two kids. They have jobs. Maybe have one or two jobs. They have their own apartment. They have their own car and all that other stuff. And you have and you come to me with nothing, and then you expect me to take care of you, or you expect to be in a man. Now, this is the part that always confuses me with women. It's like, okay, if he has nothing, do you expect to take care of him? Do women, and then um, and two, if he has on, well, do you expect him to be the provider and take over charge? Now, like it's either either or. To me, it is either either or. Like if you expect to be the provider, how come you not let him be the provider? If you expect him to be taken care of, why are you entertaining someone that wants to be taken care of? Because to be honest, women, yes, women do have a nurturing nature, but you also do tend to nature people that use you or utilize you. Now, in this generation, a lot of people we done seen it before where like a nigga didn't have nothing, he was a homosexual, and he jumped on different couches, and he wasn't good. He was good for nothing else but sex. Now, and this is where it comes back to single motherhood. It's especially from what I've seen in the black community, and I'm pretty sure it happens in other communities too. Maybe urban white communities. But if you are raised in a single mother home, you done seen your mother. Maybe you have seen your mother bring in men. They go to the bedroom and they probably smash, and then they leave. So you done seen that. So as a kid, you done seen maybe multiple men fucking fuck your mother, and and most people don't understand this traumatizes people, especially this traumatizes kids because as a kid, damn, your mom's just been getting smashed on through and all that other stuff. So now you looking at your mom weird, like this is the woman that's supposed to be protecting you, but you keep bringing these men home. And then I know for the young girls, I know that brings a lot because it seems like one, you can't find a suitable man, and two, it's just is that how men act. So a lot to me, and this is just a few things. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that goes on in women's mind that I don't know about. But I think that's one of the main reasons why a lot of women are turned off by men because they probably see how men treated their mother, and if they treated their mother like shit, it's gonna affect them too. It's just like fuck men. And so it's just like so you see that a lot, but dating, but try to date for stability, sustainability, like dating for sustainability. There's nothing really wrong with that, but it's just um I still feel like you gotta like the person because with men it's like okay, it's not that men don't work. It's not that black men don't work. It's that sometimes we do work for our money, and we still want to know that you like us for us. Like I think that's the main thing why I think it turns out a lot of men it's just like oh you just want a nigga with six figures, and it sounds very selfish because but men we want to know like because we know that sometimes it don't work that way. Sometimes you get because even Father says this like you've been getting money, you've been hustling, all of a sudden you have a fall off, you have a drought, and are you going to leave me during that drought? Like even 50 Cent, I tell people even 50 Cent. If you ever listen to that song 21 Questions, the first question he asks is, "If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me?" A lot of men, and this is mostly what's important to them, they feel like if I fell off and if I couldn't provide for that moment, would you still fuck with me? Because I think a lot of dudes they would like to know that yes, I am protector, I am provider, but do you like me for me? And I think that's just the most important part with men because it's just like I don't mind giving you the world. I don't mind getting back on my feet to make sure you good. But do you even like me for me? And to me, that's about a simple. It was just that's about a simple breaking down because I've seen a lot of women they get with rich dudes, and I'm not saying this for all women, but there's a couple of them that says like, nigga gotta have money to be fucking with me. So if he and then dudes ask, so if that nigga fall off, are you gonna stay with him? And a lot of them say no. It was like, no, I'm gonna get me another nigga. I said so that right there it turns off a lot of dudes. It's just um, which is why like we sometimes men look at women like very gold diggerish, but I do admit that you gotta at least have something on you. Like you gotta come with something on your name. You can't just be dating off of potential forever. Like you gotta like you say like even if you still have your dreams, you've been working. Like that's a side job, but you still been working. You can keep a job, or I think women wants to know that like at least you can keep something, or at least you sustain something in your time being. So that's just different. Like in your 20s, you don't care about that. You just want to have fun. You just want to date and all that other stuff. But in your 30s, I think you want to sustain a future. And most of the times, women did that on their own, so that's even harder. So it's just like, um, especially since hypergamy, like if the woman is making six figures, she's going to expect the man to make six figures. And a lot of you women have this attitude. It's just like, well, I made six figures. How come you can't? And it's like some people are just different. In which I told again, it goes back to the whole Ebony K. Williams and the bus driver thing. She's a lawyer, and the lawyers that's you did a high press lawyer and an entertainer on TV. Like you've been in businesses or jobs that like they basically throw money at you, especially if you're good at it. Like a bus driver, he has to work for that. And a bus driver, even though it has benefits, you got to work 30, 20, 30 years to even get to retirement. So, all that other stuff. So, like, sometimes you reach it and getting your financial piece and your benefits. It's a whole nother beast. It's like, is there anything wrong with a bus driver? No. But I know if you're a lawyer and people see that you're a lawyer, you're gonna look down at a bus driver because it's just like you feel like it's beneath you, which is that's why a lot of people had the problem with. It's like what does my personality have to do with my job? And that's the thing with men. It's just like I don't mind doing things for you, but do you like me? Overall, like I feel like there's a lot of it's like this thing is like others. This thing is a rabbit hole, and I feel like in that rabbit hole, you got to decipher like why a lot of people do the things they do. But but yeah, I do think you like when you're in your 20s and your 30s, you do think different. So um, when women they get older, they want to look for something more sustainable. And then for men, it's just like and I feel like ours don't change even in our 20s and 30s. It's just like we just want to make sure if I do this shit for you that you like me. Like we're simple. Do you even like me? And that's my theory. Let me know what y'all think. Today, my name is Skin of Fly, and I'm out. Peace.